I went to Star Wars Celebration 2023 and it was an absolute blast. But my highlight wasn't the celebrity appearances, it wasn't the trailers. Oh, cat. I think that's Sabine. Unless Ezra got a haircut. Oh, she's fighting someone. It wasn't all the great panels, props, or pins.
Oh my god.
It wasn't even the Lego booth. No, my absolute highlight was the hundreds, if not thousands, of fantastic Star Wars character cosplays. I enjoyed these so much, I knew I wanted to do something with them. And because I'm very unique, I came up with the idea of cosplay bingo, trying to find 25 different Star Wars characters before the convention closed. And believe you me, it was a challenge.
I need to head onto that oncoming traffic. We found Wally, but we can't find whoever's next on my list. It's getting desperate. You can run, but you can't hide, Goldie boy. God's playing some cruel tricks tonight.
So I thought writing down on a regular old bingo card would be quite boring, so I decided to do it on my t-shirt. Not sure why, but this is what we ended up doing, but I left it open with 25 blank spaces to fill in once I got to the convention. Please ignore my handwriting here, it's very poor. It's very difficult to write on 2 layers of fabric on top of a concrete floor, because it was peak lunchtime hour when I decided to write these down, and there were no tables. But in the end, we did get all the characters, and they will be playing in front of you in this little montage here. I wanted to get characters from all across the Star Wars franchise, there's no favoritism here, and I wanted to mix it up with a couple of the main leading characters, and then sprinkle in a couple of nicher ones. Nothing super niche. I wasn't expecting to find Droopy McCool or anything, although I did actually find him and the rest of the Max Rebo band on one of the other days, but we're not going to talk about that. I tried to not preset myself any rules, like if I wanted a Luke, it could be any version of Luke, it can be Hoth Luke, Endor Luke, Tatooine Luke, anything works. I also decided to give myself 5 challenge categories. These would definitely be the most difficult to find. The first one being basically any character that's gender swapped. Another one, I had to find an actual creature, non-human. Another one, a droid, non-human. And another one, a vehicle, non-human. The last one and the most difficult one would definitely be the Mando mashup. Basically, Mando was probably the most popular cosplayed character there. There were thousands of the lads. So I thought just putting Mando down would be a bit too easy. So I decided to make it much harder by doing a Mandalorian, but the person in the cosplay has to have mashed up that Mandalorian with another franchise. It can be anything, as long as it's not Star Wars.
After many discussions with the council about what different characters we're picking, and after many spelling mistakes, we're not talking about Ashoka. This t-shirt is done, and we are ready to scour the convention floor to find these people.
And to make things a little bit easier to follow, I'll have this card popping out throughout the video so you can see what I've still got left to find without having to read the horrible shirt. And I've got to get Lego in somewhere.
This is, I've spelt Cad Bane wrong as well as B-A-N-E, not B-A-I-N. I don't know what I've been doing. Oh my god. I'm gonna change, get into this shirt, and hopefully people are not gonna think I'm a complete psychopath. It's bingo time! There we go. Let's hope my searching's better than my spelling. The hunt's on. Let's hope I can find the first one relatively quickly. Ah, there we go. This is Lauren at Brightfish Bricks. I don't know if that came up a little bit not quite as real as it seems, but this is basically how it's going to go. I'm going to see the person I'm cosplay with, take a picture with them, and then give them the red pen, find their name, in this case Leia, and Leia,
right,
please
red X.
cross it off.
That was spelled right.
That's the game. On to the next one.
Okay, the hunt's on, shirts made, let's find some people wearing interesting outfits. Do you think I'm gonna do it?
I don't know.
No?
Nah, I don't know. There's some tough ones on there.
Some of us have confidence. And I believe I've just found one of the people I need. Can you just sign off Cad Bane on my shirt, just print it off?
Shirt, Sam.
Thank you.
Yeah, work it out. Can you see yourself? There you go.
I know I spelled it wrong, I apologise. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I got two quite quickly there. It's a bit awkward. I don't think a lot of people are like expecting the bingo thing, so it's a bit weird when it comes up. That's just what we're doing. So a couple of the things people take might be in portrait mode. I'm just gonna have to run with that. That's what the situation is at this point. Let's, keep going. Yeah, just there for me. Thank you so much, I really appreciate it. Cheers. If my eyes don't deceive me, that is indeed a Captain Rex. Let's get that picture.
Okay, a slight oversight on my part was telling this person that I was already filming when I handed it to them, because they accidentally filmed just before they signed my shirt and then just after. I didn't get the footage of them actually crossing it off, I think because they were wearing a big Bo-Katan helmet at the time. Here's the picture of Rex. I promise I did get one. And now I just filmed myself walking around for like 5 minutes because I didn't see that my camera was still rolling.
By far, the worst part of today has been seeing all of like the cool cosplays and not being able to take them off. Like right in front of me, I'm about to get a picture with a gigantic General Grievous. I don't have Grievous on my shirt. If I did, I'd be so happy.
You did, however, Sam, have Droid on your costume. So maybe when you were filming this, if you were a little bit smarter, you could have had Grievous take off Droid. Yeah, technically he's a cyborg, but come on man, it would have been so good. I then ended up making a very long pit stop at the live stage.
Okay, I spent about an hour waiting for Ewan McGregor to come out in the main stage. For about 30 seconds maybe, so I've lost a lot of time, so I need to get through this speedy. We're hunting, we're searching high and low. We found Wally, but we can't find whoever's next on my list. We found Deadpool as well. It's a mashup, but it's not a Mando mashup, so it doesn't count. Although I do believe that is an Anakin and Padme, which is on my list.
And then the exact same thing happened, but luckily this time I was able to realise.
Right, 6 down, 19 to go, which seems like quite a lot, although I have just spotted a Kylo Ren directly behind me, and he's on my list.
So I snapped the pic, meaning that I've now got almost a quarter of the list. I took a quick step outside to see if any of these Mandalorians was any type of mashup, because I know that's going to be one of my most difficult categories. And scanning through, I think they were all just custom, their own characters. There was an Ahsoka one, but that's still a Star Wars mashup, so it doesn't count unfortunately. Gotta keep searching.
Okay, we have ventured into the other side. This is like where all the Funko stuff is. Around the corner there is the Lego section. Went there the other day. Ridiculous queue. 3 hours. There's vlogs around if you want to see that. And we've got moving droids. We've got like official on-set Ahsoka props. I'm sure in that scan is someone that I need. Oh my god, it's another franchise mashup. But it's not a Mandalorian. It's Disney Jedi. Why did I not just write franchise mashup? Why did I have to make this so difficult for myself?
Oh, if one thing's difficult, it's me watching this back in the editing process. Go back and look at that group and be just as shocked as I was. Yep, right next to that Elsa Jedi was an Anda Mandalorian, which would have counted. I hate myself. And wait, it gets worse. In the same group with them was a gender-swapped Cal Kestis. I could have got 2 in one group. I don't even know what to say.
I'm looking over this panel and I'm like, there's got to be something here to tick off my list. And I'm like, if there's a person in that C-3PO, that's a droid. That counts. So whenever I get a second, I'm going to run over and get him to tick off droid. Because honestly, I think that was one of the harder ones. I'm really happy I can get that one ticked off. Right, okay. C-3PO is starting to run away, so I need to chase him down. There's one thing I didn't think about. How is he going to use his hands to sign off? This is going to be an interesting one. C-3PO, I know you can't run that fast. You can run, but you can't hide, Goldie boy. Okay, it would appear that C-3PO needs to let off a bit of steam, because I think he literally may be burning alive in that suit. It is very hot. That is a very restrictive costume. So yeah, it makes sense that they have to take it off. But either way, that's fine. I might find him later on. If I can't, I'm just gonna try and find another droid. Maybe someone's inside you, but you don't have hands, so it's not really gonna work, is it? One that is by far baffling me the most at the minute is Vader. You'd think in a Star Wars celebration, Vader would be quite a pretty common character. Apparently not. Okay, there's been quite a lot of Ahsokas here, but I've been trying to find the right one because there's just tons. This is one from the End of Rebels, which seems quite poignant, so I think that's what I'm gonna get. There's also Bosk, who's just been taken by the police. So finally, after what was genuinely about half an hour, I finally got another one ticked off. Right, I found myself in this area again. This is just where I met the Grievous not long ago. I'm going in Luke's now. There's a gigantic Wookiee, but not on my list. Right, when I wrote down creature earlier, I meant a non-speaking character. Behind me is a Jawa. Is that a creature? I'm gonna say yes, because it's not really a dialogue. So I'm gonna go over there and cross it off the creature.
Yeah, it might be cheating a little bit, but I was hardly going to find a Rancor, was I?
Literally just walked away from the Jawa, and I've just clocked a Fennec. Come on, we can get through this. Although, is that man not technically cosplaying as the vehicle that carries Grogu? Vehicle is one of the most difficult categories I have. My vehicle's there, my Fennec's walking away. I'm in a dilemma. Someone's over there on the stage shouting about something. I need to get this baby carriage before it's gone.
And then this happened.
I'm doing a cosplay.
I'm sorry, I'm on my arms. I don't have a tank.
Okay, you just take off vehicle really quickly. Just there, super quick.
What?
Just cross that right there.
What is it?
Vehicle.
Okay.
I need to get pictures of different people and vehicle. Thank you so much. Oh my god, when he told me that he didn't have time, I was like, a vehicle is like one of the most difficult ones I have. I need to get this. So huge shout out to him. He's been holding that crate out all day, and that cannot be easy on your elbows or your arms, my goodness me. Now I need to head onto that oncoming traffic to find out where that Fennec was. I don't know if it's the same one, but just across the edge, I do believe that is a Fennec. I need to get that photo.
And that photo I did get, meaning I have now in total ticked off 10 of my 25 characters. I need to hurry up.
I said it was difficult to find a Vader. There is one there, but there is quite a queue to get to him. So I might just have another quick squeeze around. Look, we've got another mashup. Jedi, Hufflepuff or whatever. It's another Anakin Padme duo. But I've already got that one. I thought that Mando mashup would be quite an easy category because there's thousands of Mandos here. If I did Scout Trooper mashup with a Roman gladiator, I'd have been completely fine. Although if my eyes do not deceive me, that is a throne.
And we're back to portrait mode. It's been a little while. I was really worried that I was going to get my pen on this guy's outfit though, but luckily I didn't.
I've done it. I found it. That's a Blue's Clues Mandalorian. I've done it! You are absolutely saving my life.
And now, besides the gender swap, we've just got regular characters to go. We can do this.
Okay, that C-3PO earlier was a bust, but that is an R2-D2 dress, and it's cosplay. I'm counting it. And want to make this crazy story? Thank you so much.
This started off a little bit of a roll for me. I was able to get Maul and Jar Jar in very quick succession, which was then almost immediately followed by a Sabine, which you may be able to tell I was slightly happy about.
Come on, come on!
I even ended up harassing this poor Obi-Wan who was eating his lunch. But he was a good sport. We got a cool picture together and shook hands. So we can take him off the list, as well as the other 3 we just found, which actually means we've got a bingo! In 2 places, actually. But come on, I've gotten this far. We're gunning for full house, baby.
Okay, I finally got some help from the rest of the gang. I think I've got 8 left to find. I think this place is open for less than an hour now. I still haven't found a Vader yet. I don't know how that's possible.
But I then turned the corner and you'll never guess who I found.
Ayless Tura is one of my really difficult ones, so I really appreciate it.
I think I'm the only one here today.
Yeah,
After hearing that, I was absolutely over the moon, so we got the pic and then signed the shirt. She even drew a little smiley face for me, which I thought was really cute.
Thank you so much. Thanks. The situation is starting to get dire. I've suggested potentially to start lifting Mando helmets to see if I can get a gender swap.
And just before I did start doing that, luckily I did run into a gender swapped Obi-Wan, so I was able to get that picture. Which means I therefore did not need to disturb the poor Obi-Wan having his lunch before, and I could have just got a 2-in-1. But that's in the past. We've got the picture. Let's keep moving.
Come on, we're so close. We're so close. I think we're done with most of the hard characters now. Where is Vader? Okay, it's getting desperate. That's the situation we're in. I was looking at my shirt again and realized Andor doesn't necessarily mean Andor. Of course, when I wrote it down, I just meant from the TV show Andor. And I just happened to be Nick or Gecko at Star Wars Celebration, and he's dressed as a scrubber from Andor. Sign the t-shirt, lad. Come on, what are we now? 4 to go. 4 to go. The end's in sight. The last really difficult one's going to be that Ezra. Yeah, I need to stop filming and find it.
Despite me going on about how I couldn't find a Vader for so long, I was shocked to realise that I still hadn't had Luke ticked off. You know, basically the main character in Star Wars. But thank you to Holly for pointing this guy out to me as he was walking past, otherwise I'd probably have missed him.
Right, we've got three to go, not much time. Let's get speedy with it.
Now this running around was initially just going to be a bit for the video, until I saw what I thought was an Ezra just here. So I ran back to try and find the camera which I thought hadn't moved. But it turns out Nick was following me, so we quickly rushed up to find this Ezra, only to realise it was not in fact an Ezra. It was just a bloke in this random jacket from a Galaxy Edge character. Oh, it was horrifically embarrassing, and I had to do a nice little walk of shame back to my group.
I was about to be so excited. I found a Vader, but he's wearing a suit. He's dancing. He's dancing in my face. He's laughing at me. He knows how difficult this is. He knows how close I am, and he's laughing at me. He's not, but you know what I mean.
But speaking of Vader, I finally found one about 5 minutes later. If you told me at the beginning of this video Vader would be in my final 3 to find, I would not have believed you for a second.
I spend hours trying to find the Vader. I get one there, turn the corner, there's another one right there. God's playing some cruel tricks tonight. No words at this point whatsoever. Okay, so it's looking highly unlikely I can find an Ezra.
If only you'd seen one earlier, Samuel, you might have noticed an Ezra directly next to the Cad Bane, who was the first guy you found. Unbelievable.
But I do have a little idea.
So, I wasn't sure how this plan was going to play, but after explaining it, I think it went down quite well.
Okay, so we haven't been able to find an Ezra, obviously, because he's in the world between worlds at the minute.
Okay, it wasn't a plan, it was an excuse. Shut up.
How selfish of him. But I've got a Hera and a Kanan with me, so we're going to do that instead, and you're not going to complain about it. So are you alright to just take off Ezra just left me in his place? Right, that picture, I basically found an actual Andor, so the one I did with Gecko, that's what we're counting for that. I did find an Andor, so that one technically wasn't a fluke. The Ezra one, definitely a fluke, that one, not so much a fluke. Guys, we've done it. I found my very last one. I found a full Shore Trooper cosplayer just here. is I just grab the pen and very kindly take off my very last one on the list. There we go, a full set. And there walks away Ezra. That one's legit, that one's legit. I did not fake that one. That's another one ticked off the list that I've not been scamming people, thank God.
And with that Ezra ticked off, I can finally say it. Bingo!
So it took far too long and it was far too tiring. But if you check the shirt, I can't get a good angle, but I promise they were all crossed off, all 25. Were they all crossed off correctly? But it doesn't matter, they're done. Completely different type of video for me. Not much Lego in there at all, really. But hopefully you liked it. If you did like the video, this was not easy to make and my feet are very, very sore. Comment if you want to see something like this again. I don't know how I do it again because Star Wars Celebration's not going to be back in the UK for a while. And subscribe to see stuff that is not like this, because I normally do Lego videos. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you later. Goodbye.
Is that alright?
Perfect, yeah, great, cheers.